Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Added Touch, the adult education podcast where we recap everything adult education. I'm here joined, as usual, by my co-host Shamia.
Hey, 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 everyone.
Hey guys, so we're just here to, of course, talk more about what we do each and every day and kind of what our program offers. We talked about, the GEDs, um, which is technically just the high school diploma. It's the same thing you would get at a regular high school. It doesn't say GED on it. It says Arkansas High School Diploma. It's the
Oh,
exact
no,
same
it
thing.
just has your state. Yep,
Yeah, it's the exact same
yep.
thing. You can still go to
And
college.
then,
Yeah, it's awesome.
yep. Yeah, and then, we just wanted to say it's more than just obtaining your GED. We have some people who just want to come in and improve on their basic math or reading skills, or some want to get a workforce certification. Then we have some people want help with resumes, or people just want to, brush up on computer basics. We have a lot of things that we can actually offer if you just come in and show your face.
Yes. Let's see here. But yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of people that, especially older folks, like not old, but like, 40s that just really kind of feel lost in their jobs right now to where they have to use all these computer systems um and it's just kind of like learning a whole new language for them. So a lot of them are
Right.
being preemptive and just getting the help ahead of time so that they can keep up. And that's really kind of awesome. I admire the heck out of that. But yeah, I mean, anything from, like Shami was saying, anything from getting a wage certificate to getting help with your resume, or brushing up on digital and money literacy. Especially a lot of our youngins, they have no idea how quickly your money goes. And it's a great way to kind of give a reality check to them.
Absolutely. And this week we want to bring a tad bit more information, kind of want to dive into the world of IETs, or basically our certification program. And IET, it stands for Integrated Education and Training. And our wage programs work hand in hand with that. And you would actually get a $2,500 scholarship to use towards your certification program.
That is awesome. I mean, that's the first question out of everybody's mouth that comes in is how much does it cost? Whether it's, the getting their diploma or getting the phlebotomy certification, they always think it costs money. And a lot of times there's programs out there, like the way I describe it is you can go to the Rural Health Academy, which is who does
Right.
our phlebotomy sometimes. You can walk in there and say, "Hey, I'm Billy Bob. I want to sign up for your phlebotomy." And they'll be like, "Okay, awesome. Give us $2,500." And it's a little easier to go through us, as monotonous as it might be, listening to Leonard on the learning software, getting through your wage, but hey, I'll take
Gotta
it.
love Leonard.
Lord, I know it. But yeah, 2,500 toward the scholarship. And I think what's the only one that might not cover, is it?
It's a CDL, since it's,
Yes.
the most costly one that we offer. It's the
Right.
only one that kind of falls short. Everywhere else we have covered. It's just that one.
That's right.
So instead of, several $1,000s, you may have to chip in on just $1,000. And
Yeah.
really, that's a super great deal, especially
Mhm.
now.
Yeah, and
Because
I think they can even still qualify for financial aid and other scholarships as well. So
yes, 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 to come in on that. So that's something we try to tell everyone up front. But we do offer an array of IETs. Will you want to let them know about those?
yes, so anything from the healthcare field to education, to the information technology to CDO, which is, your commercial driver's license. We are working every day to get more and more programs available. But this is kind of where we're at this current moment. But so the process would be go through, you apply, come in, take your tape test. Gotta love the tape test. The good part
Yes.
about this is you don't even really have to make a certain score on it. I still tell people all the time, like, it doesn't matter if you don't do well in math, you can still go on and do your
Right. Right.
CCMA or your pharmacy tech. But yeah, we've got everything from a paraprofessional, which is like a teacher's aide in schools.
Mhm.
We've got the certified clinical medical assistant, which is a lot of times the person that comes in and takes your blood pressure, takes your weight, gets you checked in when you're at doctor's appointments. We've got the pharmacy technician, sort of the same concept as the CCMA, but in the pharmacy setting. Let's see here, the IT. So we've got a information of technology certificate of proficiency, I believe it's called. Um,
Yes.
the CDL, and then the phlebotomy, which I call the stabbing people class. Pretty fun. Um,
And with a little info on those, paraprofessional in all medical courses like CCMA, pharmacy tech, and phlebotomy, they are offered directly through our company, but all of those also have to pass a background check in order to
yeah,
be able to qualify to take those certification exams. That'll be part of getting your certification is passing those background checks.
right.
And with Parapro, CCMA, and Pharmacy Tech, those are strictly online. There, isn't any type of in-person thing that you would have to do unless you hit your 40 hours and we have to retape you. But it's all online, it's self-paced, and you can start immediately after you complete wage two.
Yes, it's really actually a great deal. I've recently had to reach out to people, be like, "Hey, it's time to come back in and take another tape test," and I can tell they kind of go, "Ugh, really?" And I'm like, "Or I mean, you can just pay $2,500. I mean, it's fine. It's up to you." And they're like, "Yeah, you're right. I'll be over."
No,
So
exactly.
it's really not bad. I mean, I hate tests too, but I'm like, come on, like you can do this.
Right.
Um,
Like a test just to get a free certification, that's pretty cool.
yeah, yeah,
And also with our phlebotomy, it's typically offered just once a year. Since we have so many locations, we have one
yeah,
instructor who travels to each of them to give the course. And it's usually 5 weeks, and you only have to attend class that one day out of the week from usually 9 to 4. So
yeah.
I think that's a pretty good deal. You would be able to
Hmm.
work your work schedule around it if you are able to, get in the class.
Right.
And then with IT and CDL, considering they are outsourced through a third party, there's usually a little bit of a wait to that because we have to wait on when those classes are open and available.
Yeah. And
But
I
when
know,
they are,
yeah,
it's easy for you to get in them.
right. And I think the CDL we do off like UAM McGee actually does have a CDL program. It's just that's
Yes,
kind
yes.
of a far drive for a lot of our locations. So there are times where we
Right,
uh, collaborate with the Pine Bluff school that does that as well.
right,
And I think we're trying to
right.
get something together with Phillips Community College here in Stuttgart to be able to do that
Hmm.
with
Hmm.
them.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, even though it says third party, like they have to follow a lot of the same standards and protocols that we do. So
Hmm.
uh, we're just
Hmm.
we're just trying to get you to the right people. But it's actually pretty awesome.
Right. All organizations are vetted
Oh
before we
yes.
actually strike up partnerships. So you wouldn't have to worry about anything like that.
But yeah, so what does it take to start the program of getting your certification, whether it's medical field, CDL, or IT? So literally all you have to have is your high school diploma. Get that, you walk in the door, say, "Hey, I'm Billy Bob. I want to start the phlebotomy." Awesome, cool. We'll do a little bit of paperwork. You'll take your tape test. All you've got to do is get through wage one, which is your computer work and money skills. You'll get that
Hmm.
done. Um, Also, in that, 90% of it is through the online learning software. So you'll do little quizzes, do little tests on it. It's really not bad at all. And I've seen people take 2 days to get done with it. I've seen people take more than 3 months to get done with it. It really just depends on kind of how badly you want it. Let's see here. So yeah,
Exactly.
you'll also do you'll practice your job interviewing skills in wage one. And then you'll also get a real working resume out of it. So we'll do career coach meetings with you, best practices for job interviews, how to update your resume, all that good stuff. And then once you get done with wage one, Shami, you wanna give us some info about wage two?
Sure. Wage two is basically specific to the IET certificate that you want to obtain. So there we have several of them. We have one for IT, we have one for the paraprofessional. The medical ones are a combined lot. You
Yeah.
just have to go in and you do the activity specific to your certificate, if it's phlebotomy or if it is pharmacy tech or if it's CCMA. And CDL Logistics has its own, so you would go in and you would complete that. Now, all of those will be on a system we use called Canvas. So this is something that, it's online. We give you your login and password information, and you can complete that at home. Or if you want to come up to the center and you need a little help, you just come up and get those done. But once again, everything is self-paced.
Yes.
And it is free. We like to reiterate everything we offer is free, outside of, chipping in for the extra cost on the CDL.
Right. And we keep saying wage this, wage that. That is basically that was born from the states um, wanting adult education to have some sort of workforce program. So every
Right.
single community college, every single adult education program in the entire state is supposed to be doing wage. I went to a conference a week or two ago and got a lot
Hmm.
more information on it, but um, it's essentially just a way for you to kind of get two birds with one stone. So especially with our GED students, you are getting your high school diploma and you're also getting a statewide certificate that shows, like you know what you're doing. I
Right.
even learned at that conference that there was a presenter from, I believe, Morrilton,
Hmm.
and she was awesome. But she was saying how there was a student that called, or no, I'm sorry, the employer called her and said, "Hey, Sally is here saying that she got her wage too in healthcare with you guys, and would you be able to, provide that credential or that certificate?" And the long story short, the presenter was saying that there are a lot of employers and companies now that seek out that wage two certification. So especially in healthcare, it's
Right.
kind of a in high demand, really a reliable job field. There's a lot of employers that do look for that wage two certification because you do things like OSHA standards, you do blood pressure management, you do
Right.
anatomy courses. It's a lot of
Hmm.
information in there, anything
It's a
from,
certificate within a certificate,
yeah,
because one of the things that we do is once you complete wage one and two, the resume that you created in wage one, we
yeah,
update those to list those credentials to show that you've obtained those certificates. So
yeah,
it is a big deal.
right. And I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've had, like maybe not a nurse, but like a phlebotomist at a hospital. And first of all, they're not very good phlebotomists because it takes them two or three times, and I have great veins, I've been told. So there's no reason they should be poking me like I'm a rag doll. But anyways, I just kind of look at them and I'm like, did it really take you that long to read that one sentence? So there's a lot of if you put yourself in the shoes of the employer to where you're like, yes, this person has their certification, but do they know where the tibula and the fibula is? And do they know all this basic stuff
Hmm.
that wage two literally covers? So it
Right.
doesn't even hurt to use that and show that any chance you can. So wage one, wage two, awesome, awesome opportunities. Even if you have your college degree, I've had people come in that have their college certifications and are just trying to get into a different job field than what their degree was in initially. It's a great opportunity, especially again for healthcare, for you to be like, yes, I got my degree in accounting, but I want to be a nurse or a phlebotomist. So it's a really great opportunity to get some free certifications on the side. Um, Shamia, you want
Absolutely.
to tell us a little more about, oh wait, no, you already touched on it. So yeah, you have to be 18 years old in
Mm-hmm.
order to take your certification. So that's kind of across the board, like phlebotomy, CCMA,
Mm-hmm.
and then also medical field. You can't be having, felonies or violent charges on your record and go
Right.
and stab
Right.
people for a phlebotomy. It doesn't really work. That's not us. That's just somebody above us. So let's see here.
Absolutely.
And then obviously your CDL students also have to have a regular driver's license, but
Uh-huh.
we don't usually run into problems with that. But yeah, I
Mm,
mean, especially coming from, I came from the retail world, so I worked at Pier 1 there on the tail end before they went away. I
mm-hmm.
worked at AT&T. I worked in public service pretty much my whole life. So being an outsider coming into a job in adult education, at first I was just like, oh, is that like where they help, special needs people? I mean, I was completely ignorant to the fact of what is adult education. Like, I thought they were in there, teaching life skills, like how to cook for
Right.
yourself, clean, and
Mm-hmm.
just the whole journey that I've been on this last year is really crazy. And that was a big reason as to why Shamia and I really wanted to make this podcast, just to kind of get the word out and let people understand that there's no shame in getting free help or
Yeah.
coming back after maybe things didn't go the way you wanted to in life. But that's
Right.
literally why we're here. It's an
Yes.
insanely opportunity everywhere from I never got my high school diploma to, like I was saying, I got my master's in accounting and now I want to switch fields. What do you have
Right.
available? It's
Right.
it's a wide array of where you can go in life. Um,
Absolutely. And I mean, like Will was stating, I think we all have like wide array of backgrounds that are working now, and we're seeing and able to make connections to, across the board to different types of things. And like he was saying, the wage one or two on your resume,
yeah.
people are looking for it, and they want that. And
Mhm.
some careers, they actually use the wage program as a screening process
Yeah.
where they send them to us to obtain those, and before they'll even consider hiring them through like a
Mhm.
third party partnership with adult education. So, there are opportunities there. You meet people, you never know what you may find coming through there or how it may benefit your life. And we actually wanted to share some student stories on that aspect. How about you, Will?
Oh my gosh. Which one? Let's see. I've got quite a few.
Mhm.
But I guess we're talking about IETs this episode, so I'll kind of
Yep.
share one of those. So I had this lady came in, she said, "Hey, I'm in Stuttgart again." So she was like, "Hey, I'm a receptionist at the DeWitt Hospital, which is about 30 minutes south of us, and I saw you guys had the phlebotomy course available." Um, which again, I know, well, I might not have mentioned it, but the phlebotomy is the people that take your blood, like to do blood tests. So
Hmm.
she was like, "Hey, I saw you, advertising this on Facebook. I'm interested, yada yada." She was really awesome. She got done with wage one and two within like, I mean, a month, I think, and then sort of hung out until the phlebotomy course began. I think she went to the one that we had in Stuttgart. So with Miss Tammy,
Hmm.
who's
Hmm.
our healthcare guru professor,
Hmm.
but she was really awesome at completing everything. So she got through the class, took her certification exam, passed it, and now she went from a receptionist to their lead phlebotomist in their hospital. So now she's making more money, and they told her like, if you keep this energy up, you can. I think she's actually in nursing school now, so it's really
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
Yeah.
That is great. That is great. I had a similar story, except this kid, he like hit all of our programs actually. He was a minor at the time, and his parents thought it would be good to remove him from the public school,
Yeah.
just to eliminate distraction. Not because
Hmm.
he wasn't a good student, but they just felt like he was playing a little too much and not taking life as seriously. So
Right.
they enrolled him. He entered our program and he received his GED. He completed wage one, he completed wage two for logistics, all in 6 weeks.
Are you serious? That's
Like,
crazy.
yes, he completed everything, and he actually graduated a year before his class by finishing, because
Heck
he'll be
yeah.
able to walk in our graduation
Yeah.
for in June, but he'll be finishing an entire year before his class. His class, he was a junior in
That's great.
high school, so he did all of this, and right now, he has a full-time job, and he's just waiting to go into CDL school because he's done all the prereqs.
That's awesome.
So it's just like, hey, listening to these stories could be you. If you
Yeah.
want to change your life or someone in your family, there are ways, and it's free. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
necessarily be free.
Right. But even like Shimi was saying, the distracted part of public school, or maybe just the 7 a.m. to the 3 p.m. every single day isn't really working with your schedule
Mhm.
as a kiddo. Like a lot
Mhm.
of people take care of their family members. There's so many more options
Mhm.
out there to where you can still meet your other obligations, but still get your diploma. And that's really
Right.
our motto at adult education is really just the flexibility. It might not cost money, but it's going to cost some dedication and some focus.
Mhm.
That's what
Right.
if I could write that on my forehead in big Sharpie, that's what I would write because it is so true. Um,
It
but yeah,
is. It is. And
it's
like I
really
said,
great.
you'll get to run into people like Will and myself who care a lot, are passionate about people getting a second chance or even an initial start.
Yeah.
We just want you to take advantage of what is there, and, make yourself successful or add a little something to your repertoire. And, you can never do too much these days.
Mhm.
So we would just, like to encourage through
Yes,
this podcast and any other way that we actually can.
that's right. That's right. Well, yeah, guys. I mean, I think that's pretty much all we can say on IETs at this moment. Uh, I think we might be running out of time here on our Zoom, but yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I think next week we might have a special guest or two, so keep your eyes
Oh
out for that
yeah.
one. And yeah, it was fun. So I think we're gonna
All
roll
right.
out of here, and we will see you guys next time.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to the Added Touch.
Bye, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.